Help, I can't get connected to the GitHub. If you are on the live stream today, you might have noticed that there was a question presented about getting access to the DeepPockets project repositories and some of the issues that people have had with branching and things like that. So I wanted to make a quick video, hopefully a quick video, to help you understand how to get connected to the GitHub repositories and how to branch and all the different things that we're going to be doing on this project. So stick with me here for the next few minutes and we'll hopefully answer all your questions. Of course, if I don't cover your question specifically, please leave a comment on the video so that I can either answer it in the comments or make another video to try to help clarify any questions that you might still have after this. So let's dive in. Hey, Junior Devs, Dev Mentor Dave here, helping you bridge the gap from learning to code to launching a successful career. I forgot the hand motions. Oh, well. So today I really want to quickly just kind of walk through how to get access to the GitHub repositories for the DeepPockets project and hopefully answer the questions and make things a little bit easier for you along the way. Now, there are a few things that I need to cover here at the beginning just to make sure that you understand how all this works. Right now, we actually have two different repositories, and the reason for that is because I didn't plan very well. Really, the reason is because they're kind of two separate things. We have one repository that's called the Dev Mentor Dave DeepPockets Homework Repository. Man, that's a really long title. The DeepPockets Homework one, and that's for any code that you want to push up or any notes that you want to keep or database schemas or things like that you want other people to be able to look at, to be able to offer feedback on. Those are the things that are going to go into the homework repository. And then we're going to have an actual project repository. So that'll be the DeepPockets project repository. Now, in order to get access to either of those, you have to be a collaborator. And in the description below, there's a link to a Google form where you can put in either your email address or your GitHub username. And that way I can add you as a collaborator to the homework repository as well as the project repository once we've got that one up and running. So if you want to have access to either of those or both of them, you need to fill out that form. So check out that link in the description. Okay, so once you've been added as a collaborator to one or both of the repositories, you're going to need to go into your GitHub account and you're going to need to make sure that you have an SSH key added to your account. Now, this page right here will give you some more information about creating an SSH key. Basically, that just allows you to securely connect to the repository. It's a way of authenticating you and making sure that you are the right person to have access to the repository to be able to push information, push changes up to the repository, things like that. And so you'll need to go to this page, and I'll put this link in the description of the video as well. But this page will show you whether you're on a Mac or on a Windows. They've got different instructions there, or for Linux. So depending on what type of system you're on, the information here might be a little bit different. Hopefully you're able to follow this. I'm not going to walk through all of this for you. You should be able to just follow through this process. This is going to walk you through running commands on your terminal, whether that's on your Linux or Mac or Windows. You're going to need to be able to run commands on your terminal. So if you don't know how to do that, there's many videos out there to help you learn how to do that. So I'm not going to show you how to do that right now. But take a look at this. This will walk you through setting up and creating your keygen. I would recommend that you not add a password or a passphrase to your keygen. Just leave it empty as it's saying down here. That's what I usually do. It's more of a pain. You can do it with the passphrase, but then every time you're interacting with GitHub, you're going to have to type in that password. So I would recommend not doing that. But anyway, go through the process here. It'll make sure that it adds your key and gets everything set up the way that you need to get it set up so that you can start accessing things on GitHub. Now, once you have your SSH key, it should give you information there to tell you how to get your public key. And that's going to be a file like IDRSA or whatever it is, whatever your key file name is, .pub. You're going to want to open that file up, and it'll give you instructions on how to do that from the command line. And you're going to copy the entire text from that file. And what you're going to do is you're going to come into your account on GitHub. over here in the top right-hand corner, you're going to click on your name and you're going to come down to settings, which, okay, I'm not hiding it. So click on settings. That's going to take you to your settings page. This is my personal IT Elves. It's an old company I used to run a long time ago. And there's no activity on it. So you're going to, on the left-hand menu, once you go into your settings, you're going to come down here to SSH and GPG keys. All right. So you're going to come in here, and I think these instructions are in there as well. As you can see, I already have a key set up for my MacBook right here, but you're going to want to add a new SSH key, give it a title, and then you're going to paste that text that you pulled out of your key.pub file. You're going to paste that in here, and then you're going to click the add SSH key button. That will add that to your account, and now your computer will be authorized to be able to interact with the repository. Okay, now this next part might get a little bit tricky, and I apologize. I do not use GUIs when I interact with Git. I do it all from the command line. Sometimes it's ugly, so I'm trying to hopefully make this big enough so that you can read it. But I want to show you how I do things. I would recommend that you learn Git on the command line, that you learn to do it that way. In my opinion, it's I don't know. I just like it better. I think I have more control that way than running it through a UI, running it through like my code editor or something like that. I'm going to do everything from the command line here, but you should be able to follow most, if not all, of the same functionality via the your IDE as well. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clone the homework project. So let me pull up the homework project here. Let me get back to the DeepPockets homework project. And right here, I'm going to click on code. I'm going to click on the SSH tab. All right, because we're going to do this via SSH. That's why we added the SSH key. So I'm just going to copy the SSH URL here. And I'm going to come back over here to my terminal. Now, I am in a specific directory already. If you don't know how to get there, look up some information. Typically, you're going to do something like CD for change directory. This is your home, and then whatever directory you're looking for. So like I could do documents or something like that. If you hit tab, that finishes something that matches what you started. But I'm already in that directory, so I'm going to just do git clone. And then I'm going to paste in that value. Now, mine is a little different, and I apologize, but because I work full-time as a developer, I have several different SSH keys, and I use the SSH config to help me track them. So I have set up a specific host name for the DevMentorDave account, and so I'm going to do ITLs. All right, so -ITL. So you do not have to do that. That is something that I do. More than likely, if you just set up your first ID, your first SSH key, you can just leave it without adding anything here. But I'm doing this because of the way that I have something special set up on my machine, since this is what I use for work. All right, so once I've got the clone, I've got the path that I got from the GitHub. I'm going to hit enter or return. All right, and so now I have cloned all this object. I can do ls-la. That gives me a human readable version of seeing everything that's in this directory. So ls stands for list. Actually, it's probably list something, but anyway, I don't remember off the top of my head. So we have the DeepPockets homework directory. All right, you see the D here says it's a directory. So I'm going to cd into that. I'm going to change directory into DeepPockets homework and hit enter. So now I'm in here. I already have Git installed. You can see it says Git, and I'm on the main branch. All right, and that's perfectly fine. First thing I'm going to do is going to do an ls-la, and we can see what I have here is this hidden Git repository, and then just the README from the repository. So as we look here, that would be this README right here. So this is the only file that's in here on the main branch. All right, so let's make a new branch, because I want to make sure that the stuff that I upload is going into my specific branch. So I'm going to do a git branch, and I'm going to do -b. That tells it that it's a new branch. All right. And then I'm going, or I'm sorry, git checkout. Man, I'm an idiot. Git checkout -B tells it's a new branch. All right. And I'm just going to do DMD test. All right. That's what I'm going to call this branch. All right. So I'll hit enter. So now it's told me that I've switched to a new branch, which is DMD test. So now I'm in my branch. Anything I put in here will not affect the main branch, will not affect anybody else's work that they're doing in their branches. It'll just be in this branch. All right. So in here, I'm just going to create a quick file. So I'll do test.txt, and I'll just do, this is a test file. All right. We're going to save that. Boom. All right. So now if do lsla, I have a new file here called test.txt. You could do this through an IDE. You don't have to do this on the command line like I did. I'm just trying to show off. So we've got an extra file here. We haven't changed anything in the README, but we do see that there are changes now. There's a new file here. So what I want to do is I want to push this file up to my branch. So I'm going to first add this file to be staged in my commit, right? So I'm going to do git add, and I could specify which file I wanted, like test.txt, or since I know that's the only thing that's changed, let me do this. Let me do git status. That tells me this is the file, the only file that's been changed. It's been added. It also tells me how to add the file. Kind of nice of Git. But I'm just going to do git add, and I can do period, and that will actually do anything that I've added or changed will be staged for committing. All right. So I'm going to do that. Then if we do git status again, we see that this has changed color because it is now staged. If we wanted to remove that, we could follow this command here if we were willing to do that. That's not the purpose of this video. All right. So now I've got a new file in my branch and I want to push that up. So I'm going to create a commit. Since I'm on my branch, I'm going to do git commit -m for message. This is a test file. All right. And end quote. And then I'll save that with an enter. All right. So that commit has been created. And now I want to push that to my branch. So I'll do a git push, and it's going to give me an error because it doesn't know what the origin should be. So I'm going to copy this and paste and do that. And now I have pushed this file up to my new branch called DM test. All right. So let's go over to the repository here. You'll notice I've got a nice little message up here at the top. It says, hey, DM test has recently pushed 2 seconds ago. Do you want to compare and do a pull request? Sure. If I want to share this with other people and let them see it, I might create a pull request from here. And that would just show the files that have changed. I would want to designate where I'm trying to push it to. So I'm pushing this DM test to main, although we're not going to merge anything into main on this specific repo. So I could do that, or I could be like, no, I don't want to push anything. I don't want to create a pull request quite yet. So I can just come back here and I can take a look at my specific DM test branch, and I can see that that file is there in my branch. This is the file that I just added. It just says this is a test file. And now this is in my branch. My branch is up there. It's perfectly fine. I didn't have to fork anything. I didn't have to do anything weird. But that's the basic branching policy. And this is what we'll do when we are adding code as well. We'll use this branching policy. You'll create a branch, and then you'll create a pull request, just like these guys have, and you'll add that pull request. You might have to choose your branch that you're merging in to main, and then you'll just create the pull request, and you'll wait for somebody to come along and review that pull request. All right. And once it gets reviewed and approved, we'll get it merged in, all that fun stuff. But that is the basic process for interacting with the repository. So that'll be for the homework repository and for the project repository as well. Hopefully that's been a help to you as you are working on trying to get connected with this project and get connected with the homework repository. If it has been a help to you, please hit the like button just so that Google maybe tells other people about it, even though this is a really specific video for a really specific purpose. You never know, might be helpful to other people with other problems with Git and trying to connect to their repositories. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comments section below, and I will see you probably on Monday with a new video, and throughout the week with new videos. And I'll see you also next Saturday in our live stream at 10 a.m. Central United States time. So have a good evening, and I'll see you later.